Hello friends, welcome to my channel, myself Parag Jambulkar. In this video, we will discuss about different types of JDBC drivers. We most of the time we hear this term driver. You might be knowing if you have a desktop machine and suppose it doesn't have Wi-Fi adapter or Bluetooth adapter, so we purchase separate Wi-Fi adapter. We put that Wi-Fi adapter to a system, and along with that we have to install one more software, and that we call driver. So for example, for Wi-Fi adapter we install Wi-Fi adapter driver, for Bluetooth we install Bluetooth driver, likewise. So what these drivers are about, these drivers explain the working of that particular hardware device. So how that hardware device works is defined by the particular driver. Now in this video we are discussing about JDBC drivers. Here, JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. Now, this is the application that we have written in Java language, and this is the database. Now, we want to perform operations over the database. Means what kind of operations that we can perform over the database? We can insert data into the database, we can retrieve data from the database, likewise. These operations we can perform over the database. Even we can modify the database, we can update the database, we can delete the record in the database, likewise. Such kind of operations we can perform over the database. Now, to perform such kind of operations, Java language has provided one API that is called as the JDBC API. So API means library. So JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. So Java language has provided JDBC API to connect with the databases. Now see, so this is our Java application. Here we are using Java coding. We want to connect with the database. So Java language has provided JDBC API to connect with the database. And one more thing that we require to connect with the database, this is the database driver. So mostly this JDBC API, it provides some interfaces. Now see, this database can be anything. This can be MySQL, this can be Oracle, this can be SQL Server. Now based on what kind of database we are using, we require specific type of driver. So its implementation is done by database driver, and by which we get connected to the database. So mostly JDBC API consists of many interfaces. Its implementation are given is by database driver, and through that we get connected with the database. So here it is a complete picture. What are the program we have written? That is a Java application. We want to connect with the database. Java language has provided JDBC API, where JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. It is a API in the sense it is libraries. Then using this, we want to connect to the database, but database can be anything. It can be Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, Postgres. It can be anything. So to connect specific kind of database, we require its proper implementation, and that implementation with respect to particular database is given by database driver. So we need database driver to connect to perform operations over the database or to connect with the database. Now there are various types of database drivers are there. Those are called as type 1 driver, type 2 driver, type 3 driver, type 4 driver. And there are some special names also given. For example, type 1 driver is called as JDBC ODBC bridge driver, type 2 driver is called as native API driver, type 3 driver is called as network protocol driver, or it is also called as middleware driver. Type 4 driver is called as database protocol driver, or it is also called as pure Java driver. Now see, we'll see one by one. So first driver is JDBC ODBC bridge driver. So from this diagram it will be clear. Look at this. This is the Java application, a Java program that we have written. JDBC is a API that is provided by the Java language, and through that we want to do some operations over the databases. So our database can be Oracle, it can be SQL Server, it can be MySQL, it can be Postgres, it can be anything. Now see, ODBC is a driver. It stands for Open Database Connectivity, and it is a open source driver. That's why it is called as a Open Database Connectivity. That's the name is given like that. Open Database Connectivity driver. It is the open source. Open source in the sense its source code is freely available. Anyone can modify it. So as it is a open source driver, that open source this ODBC driver is modified by the company who is providing Oracle database, and they have written ODBC driver for the Oracle. Again, ODBC driver which is open source is modified by the company who is providing SQL server, and they have given ODBC driver for the SQL server. In the same way, we have the ODBC driver for the MySQL. And this ODBC driver we are installing on our client side. Now see, this is the Java application or Java program that we have written. We have JDBC API to connect with the databases. ODBC driver, this is freely available. It is available on our client side, and we are connecting with the ODBC driver to that particular database. For example, ODBC driver for the Oracle. Now see, to connect with the ODBC driver, because this is a separate application, this is a separate application. Now, how this Java application will get connect with the ODBC driver, because this is a separate tool, separate application. So, in order to connect Java application with the ODBC driver, again we require one more driver that is called as JDBC ODBC Bridge driver, and this is how we get connected to the databases. Now, see, this is our Java program that we have written. We have JDBC. JDBC is the API provided by the Java language for database connectivity. ODBC driver is an open source driver that is freely available. ODBC driver is changed or modified for the particular databases. For example, ODBC driver for Oracle, ODBC driver for SQL Server, ODBC driver for MySQL. Through ODBC driver, we are getting connected to these databases. But to connect with the ODBC driver, we require one more driver that is called as JDBC ODBC Bridge driver, and this is called as a Type 1 driver. So how it get connected? Here we have JDBC calls, and that JDBC calls get converted into the ODBC calls, and through the ODBC calls we are getting connected to the particular databases. So this is how we get connected with the databases. Now, if you observe this diagram, so you will come to know we need to follow so many steps from this Java application, then JDBC ODBC bridge driver, then ODBC driver get converted to the, then it is getting connected with the ODBC driver to the particular database, and then we are getting connected to the particular database. These many steps we need to follow, and because of that, Type 1 driver or JDBC ODBC bridge driver is slower. It requires more time to connect or to perform operations over the databases, and that's why it is not used for the commercial application. So mostly Type 1 driver is used for testing purpose, or in academics. Wherever we are doing testing or in academics, just to learn how database operations are done, there this JDBC ODBC bridge driver is used. But for commercial application, this driver is not used as it is slow. There are so many steps. So as it has a limitation, it has a disadvantage that there are so many steps. We have another driver, and that is called as a native API driver. It is called as native API driver. Now see, it is called a native API driver because it is provided by this particular databases. In the sense, Oracle is providing its own driver, SQL Server is providing its own driver, MySQL is providing its own driver. In Type 1 driver, ODBC driver was a freely available. It is an open source driver and it was freely available. And in we all these databases we are using ODBC driver. But in Type 2 driver, this native API driver is provided by these databases. So Oracle is providing its own API driver, SQL Server is providing its own native API driver, MySQL is providing its own native API driver. So what is done here? Number of steps those were in Type 1 driver are reduced. So here you can see in Type 1 driver there were many steps. So those steps are reduced in Type 2 driver. So here, this is Java application, and this is the JDBC Java library, JDBC library that is provided by the Java language. So here we are making JDBC calls, and those JDBC calls are getting converted to the database calls particular to the that particular databases. So one thing here, difference between type 1 driver and type 2 driver. ODBC driver that we are using, so that is a freely available driver, open source driver that we were using. In type 2 driver, it is provided by the particular databases. But native API driver, it was not necessarily written in Java language. So most of the native API driver was written in different programming languages, and because of that, those were platform dependent. Native API driver, most of the native API driver were platform dependent. Platform dependent in the sense, if you change the platform in the sense it can be operating system, hardware. If you change the platform, again we have to change this native API driver. It is platform dependent. It depends on the operating system and the underlying hardware. So it is a platform dependent. And why it was platform dependent? Because it was not written in Java language. Most of these native API driver were written in some other languages, and that's why these were platform dependent. So this was a limitation. What was the advantage? It has the advantage that it has reduced the number of steps. That those were the steps in type 1 driver. So steps were reduced, but it was not written in Java language, so it was platform dependent. So wherever other drivers, means type 3 driver and type 4 drivers are not available, so in that situation we use type 2 driver. For example, Oracle OCI driver. So Oracle OCI driver is provided by the Oracle. That's why I told it is a native API driver. For example, OCI driver is provided by the Oracle. Oracle OCI driver. So these drivers are provided by the particular database companies. Okay. Then we have type 3 driver. This is called as a network protocol driver. Type 3 driver. It is also called as middleware driver. Okay, so from the diagram it will be clear. Now see, in our application or in our Java application, suppose we are using multiple databases. Suppose in our application we are using Oracle. Suppose in our application we are also using SQL Server, MySQL, Postgres. If many databases we are using in our Java application, then we require database driver for Oracle. We require driver for the SQL Server. We require driver for the MySQL. But why client should get suffer? Generally, whenever we are providing the software to the customers or the clients, so they should not suffer. That is the motive. They should not suffer. So we should ease their hardships of the users or the clients. We should reduce their work, and that is the motive behind the Type 3 driver. So what is done in Type 3 driver? Customer or client, they should not bother, they should not care about the databases. Just they will fire SQL query, or just they will make JDBC call. That JDBC call will get forwarded to the middleware server. Here this is the server, the separate machine, separate server is provided. So we are not bothering about the database. Whatever the databases we are using, that user or customer or this Java application owner is not bothering about the databases. He's just firing query, or just is making JDBC call. That JDBC call is get forwarded to the middleware server, and that middleware server is getting connected to the databases. So this customer, he doesn't have to worry about it. He just fire the database query, or he just make a database call that will get passed to the middleware server. But middleware server, it is also a server, it is also a machine. It has to be connected with the databases. So middleware server use type 1 or type 2 or type 4 driver. Whatever the drivers are available, through that, using that, this middleware server is getting connected to the databases. Now see, this is the customer who is using Java application. It is making Java JDBC calls to the middleware server. Middleware server is using this type 1, type 2 or type 4 driver, and by using that, it getting connected to the multiple databases. So where you are using this type 3 driver, so whenever we have to use multiple databases, at that time we use this type 3 driver. Okay. Now we have type 4 driver, and most of the time in academics, we use this type 4 driver, and not only in academics, also for the commercial application. This type 4 driver is used. This is called as a database protocol driver, and it is also called as a pure Java driver. It is just similar to the type 2 driver. So we'll see first. So what is similarity between the type 2 driver and type 4 driver? This is native protocol driver in the sense Oracle has provided its own driver, SQL Server has provided its own driver, MySQL has provided its own driver. That's why it is a native protocol driver. One thing. Then this native protocol driver is implemented in Java language only. That's why it is called as a pure Java driver. It is implemented in Java language, and that's why it is called as a pure Java driver. Okay, so that was not the case with the Type 2 driver. Type 2 driver was implemented in some other programming languages, so that's why it was platform dependent. But as this Type 4 driver, it is implemented in a Java language, it is platform independent. It is not dependent on any platform. Platform in the sense operating system or any hardware, underlying hardware. Now see, you might be knowing we have to download jar file. So this native protocol driver is implemented in terms of jar file. So for example, see MySQL, we download jar file for the this particular database. So jar file means what? It is a collection of Java classes and interfaces, and it is the compressed version. So that jar extension is used. Jar files are nothing but it is a compressed version of group of Java classes and interfaces. So it is a compressed a file folder which consists of many Java classes and interfaces, and its compressed version is nothing but a jar file. So it is given in terms of jar file only. So we need to download jar file for the particular database, and through that we get connected. So here we are making JDBC calls, and it is get connected to the particular databases through the that jar file, and that jar file nothing but the pure Java driver. So difference between type 2 driver and type 4 driver is this is purely implemented in Java language. So for example, we download jar file for the particular databases. Okay, this is the type 4 driver. Now see, so in this way, we have seen four types of the driver. Why driver is used? To connect with the database, this driver is used. JDBC is the API provided by the Java language. So this is Java application. We are getting connected to the JDBC API. So JDBC API is implementation is given by this driver, and through this driver we get connected to the particular database. So this database driver is particular to that particular database. There are different types of drivers are there: type 1, type 2, type 3, and type 4. So first is the JDBC ODBC bridge driver, second is native API driver, third is a network protocol driver, four is the database protocol driver. So that we have seen in detail. So most of the time we use type 4 driver whenever we have to use multiple databases. At that time we use type 3 driver. If type 4 and type 3 driver are not available, in that case we use type 2 driver. And generally for testing purpose or in academy just to learn, we use type 1 driver. So these are the different types of drivers we have. So friends, I hope you like this video. If yes, then click on like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press bell icon so that you will get notification of my next video. So stay connected. Thank you.